That feels like a book. Oh, these might be books. Oh, this particular one is books. Holy shit. There you go. It's pretty funny, huh? And that one's like a Surfer Pole Award. Got fifth one year. Seeing surfing magazines, and then I'd look in the magazines, and then my draw was MR, Rabbit, Shane, Dane, Larry Bertleman, Buttons, Lopez. I was just like, oh my God, like I want to do that so bad. If the competitions were a bit more like they are today, back then, I think, like Matt Archibald would have been like a guy that would have been in the top 5, I think. There was the go to bed at 9, take your wax off every night, focused competitor guys, and they all clung together and sort of rode off the guys that would party. And the guys who party would be like, well, fucking pussies are going to bed early and missing out on all this fun. Look at all these chicks and like, look at all this stuff. Look at how much fun this is, Definitely not taking my wax off every night. I took it to Australia and I qualified on it. Back then you had to make the top 30. I won the Coke on this one. New wax job. I won the Gunston on in 91, and then also got third in the OP that I did like a pretty famous floater on.
More maneuvers. Here's Gerlach with a late drop on a big one. He takes the drop to the bottom. He goes up for the big move. Oh, he loses it coming down. An incredible floating attempt there to try and come back, and he just gets cremated on the way down.
But who's really, like, are they doing the research? Like, who's actually listening? Like, do you think people who have never surfed are going to be like, oh, hey, check out the webcast. Let's go look at... How would they even know about the webcast if they don't even surf? In a certain sense, there has to be like stop talking to somebody who's a beginner and just talk to the surf community at large. This thing's like, this whole tail flexes and this stays flat, right? Bit of time with George Greeno at his house, super crazy experience, like pulling stuff underneath his bed and like, a fin underneath his bed. He's like, see this one's got it. The fiberglass was laid up, at a 45-degree angle. When a 45-degree angle, when the fiberglass was laid at a 45-degree angle, it bends, you know what I mean? It doesn't twist at all. But then if you get a 90-degree angle, it'll twist, but not bend at all. So I got the combination. This is 60-40, all this stuff. And I'm just like, he's like, but none of this makes even any sense if you don't have if it's not installed in the board properly. So how do you put it in the board? Oh, it's got to go all the way through the deck, like windsurfers, blah, blah, blah. Like all that intels, I'm just like, whoa, man. I was very interested in art and a life outside of surfing. The only way I sort of knew how to, thought was the right way to do it was to travel and to be open to going to gatherings, concerts, meeting a lot of different women, learning from women. For instance, I didn't really drink red wine, when I was 18 years old. You first start drinking wine, you're like, it's like kind of acidy sort of fruit juice. Like, what the hell is this? You know what I mean? Like, you're like, but when I went to France, I was like, all right, it's supposed to be the best wine in the world. I'm going to drink a lot of red wine here. And then through drinking wine here, I'm going to acquire a taste for wine, and then I can kind of taste wine and go, I like that, or I don't like that. So funny, because I sometimes get this Big Wave Dave thing, and I'm like, I'm not Big Wave Dave. And then this is like Cortez Bank. First time I went out there. These are just tire balancing weights. I got nominated for a 68-foot wave at Ghost Trees on this. First wave, did like 3 airs on the way down, just woof, woof, woof. I got a couple of tubes that day that were just stupid. That was one of the best days of surfing in my life. Well, I think that was just, I'm interested in new things and going new directions and expanding and evolving as a person. And before that, I think people were like, yeah, there's so many good guys. I used to just hear all kinds of naysayer stuff. There's so many good guys out there, you're never gonna make it. And da 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 da. Thank God I didn't listen. I mean, I listened and I heard and it hurt, but it just would make me try harder, you know?